What's up, guys? I'm Andrew with Field Treasure Designs. Hey, welcome to my home workshop, and I'm doing a quick video on how to take apart and assemble a clock movement. Sometimes I'll ship out a clock and a few months later an awesome customer tells me that, oh man, the clock isn't working. And so I'm going to show you a couple tips on how to troubleshoot, maybe find the problem yourself, or if unfortunately the clock movement isn't working, that definitely happens from time to time. I'm going to show you exactly how to take it apart and put together the new one that we'll send you. Or maybe you're just interested and you want to learn this for yourself. That's totally cool as well. I know when I first started this, a video like this would have been super helpful. So let's get started and I'll show you the first steps of troubleshooting. Okay, so the first things that I usually have my customers check is, are the clock hands catching on themselves? So if you can see, as it goes around, the minute hand will go around. Sometimes it catches on the hour hand. And if that happens, it's going to get jammed up and it's going to keep just kind of ticking away, tick, 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 but never really moving. And so what I do is very gently just bend the minute hand down and then make sure that the hour hand maybe is coming down. And now you can test it by turning it clockwise with the minute hand very gently, or from behind you can twist the dial and it's clear, it's all good. The second thing that could be going on is the hour hand could have fallen off of its mount right here. And so you just got to make sure with nice even pressure to push down on the hour hand and make sure it's all secure. So those are a couple troubleshooting steps. The other thing to check for is put your ear up to the movement on the back of the clock and just make sure it's ticking, because if it's not ticking, then there's obviously something wrong and we're going to have to take this guy apart and send you a new one. So you've tried troubleshooting and it still needs to be replaced. Also, just make sure that there has been a battery in it, forgot to mention that, and that the on-off switch is on, set to on. And so those are other keys just to make sure that you got it all good. And so we're gonna take down this movement and then show you how to put the new one in, and that'll be it. First thing is to take off the top little nut. And so what you do here is hold the minute hand very steady and unscrew the nut by hand. And there's the nut. You just lift off the minute hand, no problem there. And then very gently lift off just by pulling the hour hand right there. Just lift him off. He fits on a little plastic round piece there, and you just want to lift him off very gently. And now you have just the basics there. And so you're going to want to actually take off the nut with a little wrench. And so this is a little crescent wrench. You can probably buy this at Walmart for nothing. And so just unscrew him, a couple turns. It shouldn't be very tight. And then you should be able to unscrew this, the rest of this by hand, and be good. And so there's that. And then you should be able to just slide out the movement. I was actually holding the movement with my other hand, so keep that in mind when you're undoing that. And then it should just slide right out. You don't want to have to pull that too hard. Make sure you grab the washer on top. Don't lose him. And then just make sure you pull off the rubber washer right there. That was protecting the movement in the clock. And so there's the old one. And if you want to send it back to me, that'd be great. If you bought it from me, obviously, and have a warranty there, which we'd love to take care of you there. And yeah, if you want to send it back, we can actually send them to the manufacturer who gives replaces any of these that are broken. They're made in the US, they're quartz movements, and so they're supposed to be good and guaranteed against defect, but sometimes you know, like anything, there's a problem, or they get banged around in shipping. And so okay, so you have the new movement that I sent you, or you bought yourself. Make sure you drop the rubber washer in there, and then with one hand slide it underneath very gently. Again, you don't have to force it. It should go in very easy. And then keep your hand underneath it. See how I'm kind of supporting it there. Okay, slide the washer on right there. Then you can hand tighten the nut right here. You should be able to hand tighten it almost all the way down as far as you can go. And then use your wrench and tighten it just a couple times. Again, this does not need to be tight, just firm. I would actually rather there be wiggle in this movement than it be too tight, because if you tighten it too tight, it actually hurts the movement. It can't work properly. And so just a little snug, nothing major. Set that back down, and then you're going to take your hour hand, and I pointed up to the 12 there, and then I'm going to gently slide it over the plastic, the white plastic there. And so you just gently do it. You don't have to go too far, just a little bit there, nothing major. And make sure you don't press too hard. You can damage the movement by pressing that too hard. Then you're going to grab the minute hand, and then there's a little groove. It's a little bit smaller, and so you just got to find the groove and make sure it fits in its little spot there. And then don't worry, it is going to hang down a little bit, but that's why you have this little nut at the very end to cap it off. So I hold the minute hand real gently, and then I just find the thread real gently, and then I just turn it by hand, and I hold the minute, because if you don't hold it, it's going to spin. So you just hold it a little, and you give it one little firm push there, and then I take both minute and hour hand, and I put them to 12. And then, so you can see they're not going to hit each other, so they're all good there. And then I'm actually going to take the dial on the back, and I'm going to spin it to set the clock to whatever time you need it to be set to. And then just drop your battery in there, and you should be good to go. Well, thanks for watching. I hope this was helpful. And if you have any questions, feel free to let me know, and we'll see you next time. And I'm Andrew with Field Treasure Designs.